is do our slip knot. This is a size 5 hook, an H hook, which is 5 millimeters. We're going to make a chain of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hoop and then each chain across. So we should have 14 half double crochets. So now I have 14 half double crochets. I'm going to chain up 1. I bring up my tail with me so I can crochet around it. That's just so I don't have to sew it later. This is personal preference. You can sew it later. I just do it this way. You're going to work in the back loop only for the first 13 stitches and do half double crochets in that back loop only for the first 13 stitches. Okay, and then you should have 1 left. You're going to half double crochet in that whole stitch, both loops. Chain up 1 to turn your work. And then work in the back loop only, doing half double crochets in the first 13 stitches. So half double crocheting in the back loop only for the first 13 stitches. And then when we get to that last stitch, we're going to do it under both loops, just like the last row. We're actually going to repeat this until our band is 16 inches for the child size. And then once your band is 16 inches, you can meet me back here and I will show you the next step. Okay, now that we are here and I have 16 inches on this band, we are going to work on closing the band. We're going to leave most of it open. We're just going to close these 2 corners together and then start working in a round. So let me show you how to do that. So here's your band. You're just going to fold it, remove your hook, insert it into the chain side. Grab your loop, pull it through. So this is going to remain open. We are not closing it. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to evenly single crochet around the band 72 times for the children's size. A good trick would be to fold it in half like this and then make sure you're about halfway through when you get to about that point. That way you don't have to frog the whole thing. All right, so meet me back when you get 72 evenly single crochet. Here you're going to actually slip stitch to join. And then we are going to change our colors. So let me talk about what colors I'm going to use. With a pretty standard buffalo plaid for this first one, which is black, red, and then like a burgundy or wine. And to color change, I'm going to start with the maroon. So I'm going to do the black and the darker of the 2 reds I chose. So I'm going to start with the red, the burgundy or maroon or whatever you call it. I'm going to kind of create a loop, hook it on, and then pull through. I'm going to pull this down tight and then chain 1. Again, this is preference, but I like to crochet around my tail so I don't have to do it later. If that confuses you, just leave them out and sew them in later. It's not a big deal. And sometimes you get a more secure sew in when you do that. So I'm going to double crochet in the first first stitch. I'm going to double crochet in the second stitch. I'm going to start a double crochet in that 3rd stitch. I'm going to pull through 2, and then when I'm here, I'm going to grab my next color, which is the black, put it on my hook, and finish with that black. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in that next stitch, and then in the 3rd one, I'm going to start a double crochet, grab my red, and finish that stitch. So that's what we've got so far. I'm going to continue to do that all the way around. I think my tails are good for that color. drop that red and pick up the black. It does take a little bit of practice, but once you get used to the color changing, it does get pretty, it gets easier for sure. And I always work around the yarn that's not working. So like my black isn't working right now, I'm not using it. So I just work around it. You can leave it behind and pick it up however you preference. This is just the way that I manage it. So we're gonna have the darker of the two reds and black, darker of the two reds, black, all the way around. And then meet me when we get here. At the end of this row, we are on black. So we're going to do 3 double crochet into the last 3 stitches. You do not have to color change after this one. We're gonna slip stitch to join. And then we're gonna do a color change. We're gonna introduce the light red now. The light red is always gonna go on top of the burgundy, and the burgundy is always gonna go on top of the black. So get your light red. Chain up 1. And then we are going to double crochet into the first 2. And then just like in the previous row, we are going to start a double crochet with the light red, and then we are going to end it with the maroon. Then we are going to do the burgundy in the next 2. Stitches. And then just like the last row, we are going to start a double crochet and then end it with that light red. Again, we are going to do light red in the next 2 stitches, and then start a double crochet and end it with the burgundy. And then double crochet in the next 2. Start a double crochet and then finish with the light red. So on top of every burgundy I have a light red, and on top of every black I have a burgundy. So do that all the way around and then meet me when you are right here. We are going to do the last 3 as normal, no color change. Okay. We're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet, and you can really see your buffalo plaid taking shape now. So we're essentially going to be repeating this. The next row is going to be the burgundy black. It's going to be an exact replica of this row. So it'll be burgundy, black, burgundy, black, burgundy, all the way around. You're going to, and then the row following will be light red, burgundy, light red, burgundy. You're going to follow that pattern until your complete hat reaches a certain measurement. I will put that measurement on the screen because I don't know. Okay, so now that we have made it to 6.5 inches, I'm going to start decreasing to bring it in. Now, if you wanted a little more slouch than this one provides, you could go to 7.5 inches or beyond. So for me, 6 inches brought me to a light red row and a maroon or burgundy row. So my next row will be the black and the burgundy. So what I need to do is do the first decrease row in black and burgundy. Now, if you ended on a black and burgundy row, the concept still applies. It'll just be with these colors instead. So keep that in mind. If you want, you can work it as close to 6.5 inches as you can ending on this row. So it might make it a little bit longer. I would probably say, to be safe, make it 1 row longer. We are going to double crochet into the first 2 with the burgundy. 1, 2. And just like before, for the third one, we are going to start a double crochet and then finish that double crochet with the next color. We're going to do the first double crochet for the next color, and then this is where we're going to decrease. So you want to have 4 double crochets worked. That's going to be 3 in the burgundy color and 1 in the black. And then you're going to double crochet decrease just by yarning over, pulling up a loop, pulling through 2, yarning over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then we are going to finish. Now you have 3 on the loop. We're going to finish with the maroon color. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you, we are going to move back to burgundy and do 2 double crochet. And on that third one, we're going to start our double crochet and then change it to black. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet and then do a decrease. And we're going to do this by yarning over, inserting our hook and picking up 1, draw through 2, so we have 2 on the hook, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You should have 3 on your hook. We're going to drop our black, pick up the burgundy, and finish. Repeat this pattern all the way around and meet me when you're at the end of this round. At the end of the round, and I'm just going to do my last black of the row. So I'm going to do 1 and then do my double crochet 2 together, finish with my maroon, and then slip stitch to finish out that round. All right, so that is our first round of decreasing. Now we're going to go to our second round of decreasing, and this is going to be with the red, the light red and the maroon. So I'm going to chain up 1, and I'm going to immediately do a double crochet decrease into the first 2. So we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, you have 3, and then pull through all 3. And then we're going to crochet in the next one with red, finishing that with the burgundy. And then we're going to crochet into the next one with the burgundy, and then into the next one with the burgundy, and doing a color change, just like that. So now we're on to red. We're going to do the same thing, double crochet decrease. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over into the next one, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3, and then do our next one and finish with burgundy. I'm going to do that all the way around, and I want you to meet me right back. 2 double crochets and then slip stitching to the first stitch to finish off that round. Then we're going to continue with this maroon color because the next row will be maroon or burgundy and black. We're going to do 2 double crochet. We're going to do 1, and then we're going to do a color changing double crochet. So we'll start our double crochet, we'll find our black, and then we will finish it. In the next 2, we're going to do a double crochet decrease again. So we are going to insert our hook, lift up, and then bring through 2. Insert our hook into the next one, lift up, bring through 2, and then we are going to finish with that burgundy color. So 2 just became 1. Then we are going to, with burgundy, go into the next stitch, and then we will do a double crochet with a color change to black, and then we are going to do our decrease. And with our decrease comes a color change. We're going to repeat that all the way around, and then meet me when you get to the end. So now that we're here, our last 2 stitches are going to be a decrease with the black. So that yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then finish that off. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch and then color change to the light red. Chain up 1. And then for this one, we're going to immediately do a decrease in the next 2 stitches, or the first 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert into that first stitch with the light red, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert to the second stitch, pull up a loop and pull through 2. And then we're going to finish this stitch with the burgundy, a color change. And then we are going to double crochet into the next with the burgundy, starting and then finishing with the light red. So again, we're going to decrease in the next 2 and finish that decrease with a color change. And then burgundy into the next one, but finish with a color change. So you're going to do that all the way around, and then meet me when you're right here at the end of this row. I just have one more to do. I'm going to insert and then do a double crochet. We are going to quit color changing at this point. We're just going to stick with the burgundy. So I'm going to go ahead and snip these guys away. I'm going to chain up 1, and this is where we're going to start really closing in this hat. We are going to do a double crochet 2 together all the way around. So yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and finish it. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then finish. And we're going to do this all the way around. Slip stitch into that first stitch and then cut a long end, and you can see we have closed off our hats. Next thing we are going to do is close this little hole up. You can do this with a needle, or I go in with my crochet hook and just sort of weave it in and out, but you can do this with a needle if that's what you're used to. So my finishing touches are going to be a pom-pom that I got at Joann's, and I cut about 12 long strings out of this color that I'm going to put right here. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. You can make them as long as you want to be the same length here. So again, I'm just going to insert my hook into this corner on the other side like that. Grab my bundle of 6. There we go. This little hoop thing, I just go ahead and cut that in half, just like that. I'm going to turn my hat inside out. I have not weaved in my tail, so no judgment. I'm going to find that center tail that I had at the very end, and that's what I'm going to use to tie it to. So, all right. So now I have both of those little ends through from my pom-pom. I'm just going to start knotting it, and I just knot it until I feel comfortable. And there you have it. If you would like this in adult sizes, please let me know. I'm really happy with it. I think I would like to do adult sizes. If you make this, please make sure you let me know because I would love to see it. Tag your page or your post in the comments. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today and have a great day. Bye.